The crystal walls of the Galactic Council chamber rose high above Commander Do-hyun Kim's head. He stood straight in his blue Earth uniform, watching 12 alien faces stare down at him. Each face looked different. Some had big eyes. Others had tentacles. A few glowed with strange light, but they all shared one thing. They did not like humans. Do-hyun felt sweat on his back. Next to him stood Dr. So-young Park. She was Earth's best diplomat. Her hands shook a little, but her voice stayed strong. Behind them sat Captain Tai Min-cho and Engineer Yoo-jin Lee. They were the last humans allowed in this place. "The trial begins," said High Speaker Veltar. He was tall and thin like a tree. His skin was silver, and his voice sounded like wind through metal. "Humans of Earth, you stand accused of 3 crimes against galactic peace." Do-hyun looked around the chamber. The walls showed moving pictures of space. Stars twinkled. Planets spun. It was beautiful but cold, just like the aliens watching him. "First crime," Veltar continued. "Uncontrolled expansion. In 30 years, you have built colonies on 17 worlds. This is too fast. Too much. You grow like weeds in a garden." An alien with 6 arms waved them all at once. This was Speaker Kraz of the Krulex. His insect-like head clicked as he spoke. "Humans multiply without thought. They take worlds we marked as restricted. They ignore our warnings." Do-hyun wanted to speak, but Dr. Park touched his arm. "Not yet," her eyes said. "Second crime," Veltar went on. "Technological recklessness. You build weapons we do not understand. You change your ships too quickly. You make new things without asking permission." A blue alien that looked like it was made of water spoke next. Glub Glub was her name, though. Humans had trouble saying it right. "Their war machines frighten us. They build guns that shoot light. They make ships that bend space. Who knows what comes next?" Engineer Yoo-jin Lee leaned forward. Her young face was angry. Do-hyun put a hand on her shoulder. "Stay calm," he thought. "Third crime," Veltar's voice grew louder. "Disruption of galactic harmony. For 3,000 years we have kept peace, we have rules, we have order. Humans bring chaos. They ask too many questions. They change too many things." Now Dr. Park stepped forward. She was small next to the giant aliens, but her voice filled the chamber. "High Speaker, may I defend my people?" Veltar nodded once. "Speak." Dr. Park looked up at each alien face. "You call us weeds, but weeds grow in bad soil where nothing else can live. You call us reckless, but we only build tools to protect ourselves. You call us chaotic, but we bring new ideas to old problems." She walked to the center of the chamber. The crystal floor made her footsteps ring out. "Yes, we expand quickly, but look at what we build. Our colonies are clean. Our people are happy. We trade fairly with everyone." "Too fairly," clicked Speaker Kraz. "You sell food to the Wanderer clans. You give medicine to the synthetics. These are outcasts. They should not be helped." Dr. Park smiled sadly. "And this is why you fear us. We see people where you see outcasts. We see friends where you see enemies. We see possibilities where you see problems." A new alien spoke. This one was covered in red scales and had yellow eyes. "Humans are young, dangerous. They do not understand the old ways. They must be controlled or removed." Do-hyun felt his heart sink. He had hoped for fairness, but these aliens had already decided. "This trial was just for show," Dr. Park kept talking. "We are young, yes, but young trees grow tall. Young rivers cut new paths. Our youth is not weakness. It is strength. We adapt. We learn. We survive." She pointed to each alien leader. "Your people are old and wise. But when did you last discover something new? When did you last solve a problem in a new way? When did you last feel wonder at the stars?" High Speaker Veltar raised one long arm. The chamber fell silent. "Enough. The council will decide." The 12 aliens turned away from the humans. They spoke in their own languages. Clicks, whistles, and strange singing sounds filled the air. Do-hyun watched their body language. It was not good. Captain Taemin Cho whispered. Sir, the ships are ready. If this goes bad. No, Do-hyun whispered back. We face this with honor. We are better than them. After what felt like hours, the aliens turned back. High Speaker Veltar stood tall. His silver face showed no feeling. The Council has decided. Humans of Earth, you are guilty of all charges. Dr. Park's face went pale. Engineer Yoo-jin Lee made a small, hurt sound. Captain Cho's hand moved to his weapon, but Do-hyun shook his head. The sentence is exile. Veltar continued. All human colonies beyond the Sol system must be abandoned. All human ships must return to Earth. All trade agreements are ended. All communication networks are cut. You have 180 galactic days to comply. The chamber filled with alien voices. Some sounded happy. Others seemed worried. But they all agreed. Humans had to go. Do-hyun stepped forward. His voice was calm and strong. We understand. We will comply with your decision. Good, said Veltar. Any human ship found outside Sol system after the deadline will be destroyed. Any human colony that remains will be removed by force. This is final. As the aliens began to leave, Dr. Park made one last try. High Speaker, please. Think about what you are doing. Humans and aliens working together could make the galaxy amazing. We could explore new worlds, cure diseases, build wonders. Why throw that away? Veltar stopped. For a moment, his cold face almost looked sad. Dr. Park, your dreams are beautiful, but dreams can become nightmares. Humans are too unpredictable, too dangerous. Better to end this now. He walked away with the other aliens. Soon, only the 4 humans stood in the empty chamber. Engineer Yoo-jin Lee kicked the crystal floor. This is not fair. We helped them. We shared our discoveries. We tried to be friends. Captain Cho put his arm around her. The universe is not always fair, Yoo-jin, but it is not over. Dr. Park looked up at the star pictures on the walls. They think exile will break us. They think we will crawl back to Earth and hide. Do-hyun nodded slowly. A new idea was growing in his mind. Yes, that is what they think. But sir, Captain Cho said, what if we do not hide? What if we do something else? Do-hyun smiled for the first time in hours. It was not a happy smile. It was the smile of a man making dangerous plans. Then we show them what exiled humans can really do. As they walked out of the chamber, Do-hyun looked back once. The crystal walls still showed the beautiful galaxy. Soon, he thought, it would be a very different place. They want us gone, he said quietly. So we will go. But we will not disappear. We will grow. We will learn. We will become something they never expected. Dr. Park understood. And someday, Do-hyun said, they will regret underestimating the children of Earth. The 4 humans left the chamber together. Behind them, the crystal walls grew dark. The stars faded, but in the darkness, new plans were already beginning to shine. 6 months had passed since the trial. Commander Do-hyun Kim stood on the bridge of the starship New Hope, watching Earth grow larger on the main screen. But this was not a return home. This was the beginning of something much bigger. Admiral, Hye-won Jang is calling, sir, said Captain Taemin Cho. He pressed buttons on his control panel. She wants to speak with you. The screen changed. Now it showed a woman with sharp eyes and gray hair. Admiral Jang had been planning Earth's military moves for 20 years. She looked tired, but determined. Do-hyun, she said, how many ships made it to the meeting point? 47 colony ships, 15 military vessels, over 200,000 people, Do-hyun replied. And you? Similar numbers from the other sectors. The aliens think we are running home with our tails between our legs. Admiral Jang smiled. It was not a nice smile. They have no idea what we are really doing. On the screen behind her, Do-hyun could see busy people working at computers. Charts and star maps covered every wall. This was not a retreat. This was a war room. Dr. So-Young Park joined them on the bridge. She carried a data pad full of numbers. The supply runs are working perfectly. We have enough food, medicine, and equipment for 2 years. Maybe 3 if we are careful. Engineer Yujin Lee looked up from her workstation. And I have good news about the new engines. Dr. Min-Soo Yang's quantum drive is working better than we hoped. We can travel twice as fast as council ships now. Do-hyun nodded. Dr. Yang was Earth's best scientist. He worked in secret labs building things the aliens had never seen. His new engines would change everything. What about the hidden bases? Do-hyun asked. Captain Cho brought up a new star map. Red dots showed council space. Blue dots showed human colonies that were being evacuated, but there were also green dots in empty space far beyond the galaxy's edge. 17 supply stations are ready, Captain Cho reported. They have fuel, spare parts, and emergency shelters. The aliens do not even know those star systems exist. Admiral Jang's image leaned forward. And Captain Ji-Woo Nam? Her scouting fleets found 12 worlds. Perfect for colonies, Do-hyun said. Rich soil, clean water, no dangerous animals. Best of all, the council thinks they are worthless because they are so far away. This was the secret plan. While the aliens watched human ships leave the outer colonies, they did not see where those ships really went. Every evacuation was actually moving people to new worlds beyond the galaxy's rim. Dr. Park smiled. Diplomat Yoonji Kang sends her regards. The independent traders are still selling us rare metals. They think we are just stockpiling supplies on Earth. The independent traders were aliens who did not belong to the council. They traveled between stars selling goods to anyone with money. They did not care about council politics. They only cared about profit. Perfect, said Do-hyun. The council sees what we want them to see. Defeated humans crawling back to their homeworld. A new voice joined the conversation. Actually, some of them are getting suspicious. Everyone turned. Dr. Min-Soo Yang had just entered the bridge. He was a small man with thick glasses, but his brain was one of Earth's greatest weapons. What do you mean? Admiral Jang asked from the screen. Dr. Yang pulled out his own data pad. Council intelligence ships have been following some of our evacuation fleets, not closely, but they are watching. A few alien captains are asking questions about our cargo manifests. Do-hyun felt a chill. If the aliens discovered the truth too early, everything would fail. How long do we have? He asked. Maybe 60 days before they figure it out, Dr. Yang replied. But I have an idea. What if we give them something else to worry about? Yujin Lee turned in her chair. What kind of something? Dr. Yang grinned. What if Earth suddenly became very interesting? New defensive systems, strange energy readings, maybe some secret military exercises that we accidentally let them detect? Do-hyun understood immediately. Make them watch Earth while we finish the real work elsewhere. Exactly. While their spies focus on Sol system, our people complete the colony setup. Admiral Jang nodded approvingly. I like it. We have enough ships near Earth to put on a good show. Meanwhile, the real fleets reach their destinations. Captain Cho brought up another display. Speaking of destinations, we have a problem. The Vega colony needs more medical supplies. They found a virus in the local water. Can they treat it? Dr. Park asked. Yes, but they need equipment we do not have, Yujin Lee replied. The kind of equipment only council worlds manufacture. This was always the challenge. Humans were clever and determined, but they still needed some alien technology. Getting it without revealing their true plans was dangerous. I might have a solution, said a new voice. Everyone looked toward the bridge entrance. Diplomat Yoonji Kang had just arrived. She was young for a diplomat, but she could talk her way out of any trouble. The Wanderer clans, she continued. They have the medical equipment we need. They also hate the council as much as we do. Do-hyun raised an eyebrow. The Wanderer clans were nomadic aliens who traveled the galaxy in giant ships. The council considered them criminals because they refused to follow galactic law. What would they want in return? Admiral Jang asked. Safe harbor, Yoonji replied. Some of their ships are old and breaking down. They need places to land and make repairs. places the Council cannot find. Our new colonies, Do-hyun said slowly. We give them sanctuary. They give us supplies. And information, Yoonji added. The Wanderers know things about the galaxy that even the Council does not know. Secret routes, hidden resources, ancient ruins. Dr. Yang adjusted his glasses. It is risky. If the Council finds out we are helping outcasts. The Council already hates us, Eugene Lee pointed out. What can they do? Exile us twice? Everyone laughed. It felt good to laugh even in these dark times. Admiral Jang made the decision. Do it. Contact the Wanderers. Make the deal. We need allies, and they need friends. Over the next few weeks, the plan worked perfectly. Council spy ships focused on Earth, where human engineers created fake energy readings and staged military exercises. They never noticed the real colony ships reaching their distant destinations. Captain Ji-woo Nam sent regular reports from the frontier. New Beijing was thriving on a world with purple skies. New Seoul had found deposits of rare crystals. New Busan was building underwater cities in vast alien oceans. The Wanderer Alliance brought unexpected benefits. Their healers cured the Vega virus in days. Their engineers shared designs for better life support systems. Their scouts found 3 more perfect colony worlds. But the best news came from Dr. Yang's lab. The quantum tunnel drive is complete, he announced during a secret meeting. We can now travel from one end of the galaxy to the other in hours instead of months. Do-hyun stared at the test results. This technology would change everything. Human ships could appear anywhere without warning. Human colonies could support each other instantly. The Council has nothing like this? He asked. Nothing even close, Dr. Yang confirmed. Their fastest ships still use old-style hyperspace jumps. They think it is impossible to go faster. Engineer Eugene Lee was already thinking ahead. With this drive, we do not need to hide anymore. We can build anywhere, go anywhere. The galaxy becomes our playground. But Do-hyun was more cautious. Not yet. We need more colonies, more ships, more allies. When we reveal ourselves, we must be strong enough that the Council cannot destroy us. Dr. Park agreed. They will try to crush us the moment they learn the truth. We get one chance to surprise them. It must count. As the meeting ended, Do-hyun looked out at the stars. Somewhere out there, human families were building new homes on alien worlds. Human children were playing under foreign suns. Human dreamers were planning cities among the stars. The Council had wanted to exile humanity. Instead, they had set them free. Admiral, Captain Cho said quietly. Incoming message from the frontier colonies. They want to know when they can stop hiding. Do-hyun smiled. Soon. Tell them to be patient just a little longer. When we step out of the shadows, the whole galaxy will know that humanity has returned. And this time, they would not be asking for permission. 20 years had passed since the exile. Commander Do-hyun Kim, now gray-haired and wearing the uniform of first speaker, stood on the observation deck of Terra Station. Through the giant windows, he could see ships from 30 different human worlds coming and going. The morning reports, sir, said General Sang-woo Lee, handing him a datapad. The general was young when the exile began. Now he commanded the military forces of what they called the Terran Confederation. Do-hyun read the numbers and smiled. 37 human colonies, over 50 million people, hundreds of ships, dozens of new technologies that made Council equipment look like toys from the past. How are the new terraforming projects going? Do-hyun asked. Dr. Da-eun Choi says her teams can turn a dead rock into a garden world in 6 months now, General Lee replied. The desert world of New Daegu will have rivers and forests by next spring. This was one of humanity's greatest achievements. Dr. Choi had learned to change entire planets. Her machines could make air from nothing. Her bacteria could turn poison, soil into rich earth. Her weather controllers could bring rain to places that had been dry for millions of years. Engineer Hana Kim joined them at the window. She was older now, but her eyes still sparkled with new ideas. The AI systems are working perfectly. Our factories build ships twice as fast as before. Our farms grow 3 times more food. Our cities run themselves. Her artificial intelligence programs were unlike anything in the galaxy. They learned, they adapted, they solved problems that would take human scientists years to figure out. But they always obeyed human commands. They were tools, not masters. What about our friends? Do-hyun asked. General Lee smiled. The Wanderer clans have brought their entire fleet to our space. Over 2 million of them now live on our worlds. The synthetic rebels have sent ambassadors. Even some council species are asking quiet questions about joining us. This was the most surprising development. The Terran Confederation had become a beacon for outcasts and rebels across the galaxy. Species that the council ignored or oppressed saw humanity as hope for a better future. A communication alert sounded. Admiral Kyung-ho Bae appeared on the wall screen. He commanded the Shadow Fleet, ships so advanced that council sensors could not detect them. First speaker, Admiral Bae said, "We have completed our reconnaissance of council space. The results are interesting." "Show me," Do-hyun replied. The screen changed to show charts and graphs. Admiral Bae's voice explained what they meant. Council military strength has actually decreased over the past 20 years. The Kruleks have civil wars on 3 worlds. The Delphins are dealing with a plague. The Vithani birth rate has dropped to almost 0. Do-hyun studied the information. The mighty Galactic Council was falling apart from the inside. Their rigid system could not handle change. Their old technologies could not solve new problems. More importantly, Admiral Bae continued, our intelligence suggests that many council citizens are unhappy. They want the freedom and opportunities they see in our colonies. Engineer Hana stepped closer to the screen. What about their military response if they discover us? That is the best part, Admiral Bae said with a grin. Their newest battleships are still using technology from 50 years ago. Their tactics have not changed in centuries. If they attack us, they will be fighting tomorrow's war with yesterday's weapons. General Lee crossed his arms. Still, they have thousands of ships. We have hundreds. But our hundreds are worth their thousands, Do-hyun pointed out. Quality over quantity has always been the human way. Dr. Daeun Choi's voice came over the communication system. First speaker, urgent news from the Outer Rim. One of our mining operations has been discovered. Everyone in the room went silent. This was what they had feared. The secret was out. Details, Do-hyun said calmly. A council exploration fleet found the new Mokpo mining station. They were surprised by what they saw. The station manager, Captain Wonho Park, tried to claim it was just a small outpost, but they saw our quantum refineries, our gravity generators, our automated defense systems. Do-hyun closed his eyes for a moment. 20 years of careful planning, 20 years of hiding in the shadows. It was over. How did they respond? General, Lee asked. The council fleet commander demanded to speak with our leaders. Captain Park told them he would relay the message. Then our stealth systems activated and the station disappeared from their sensors. The council ships are still searching for it. Admiral Bae laughed. I wish I could have seen their faces, but Do-hyun was thinking bigger thoughts. The council now knew that humanity had not simply returned to Earth. They would investigate. They would discover the truth. When they did, they would have to make a choice, accept human strength or try to destroy it. Hana, he said to the engineer, how quickly can you upgrade our defensive systems? Most colonies already have shield, generators, and weapon platforms, she replied. But if you want full military preparation, I need 6 months. Sangwoo. Do-hyun turned to the general. Can our forces hold off a council attack for 6 months? General Lee smiled. It was the smile of a man who had been waiting for this fight his entire life. Sir, with respect, our forces could hold off a council attack for 6 years. We have advantages they cannot imagine, such as mobility. Our quantum tunnel drives mean we can move entire fleets instantly. Adaptability. Our AI systems can change tactics faster than they can respond. Surprise. They think they are fighting the same weak humans they exiled 20 years ago. Do-hyun nodded slowly. The time for hiding was over. But was the time for war beginning? There is another option, said a new voice. Everyone turned. Dr. So Young Park had entered the observation deck. She was older now, her hair silver, but her diplomatic skills had only grown sharper with age. What option? Do-hyun asked. We reveal ourselves, she said simply, not as a threat but as a gift. We show the galaxy what we have built. We offer to share our technology. We prove that cooperation works better than domination. General Lee frowned. They will attack us anyway. The Council cannot allow our success to inspire other species. Maybe, Dr. Park agreed. But if they attack first, the entire galaxy will see who the real aggressors are. And if they do not attack, we have a chance to change everything peacefully. Do-hyun walked to the window and looked out at the stars. Somewhere out there, council leaders were meeting an emergency session. They were afraid. They were angry. They were planning responses to a threat they did not understand. Admiral Bay, he said finally, send a message to all Shadow Fleet commanders. Full surveillance of council space. I want to know every ship movement, every political discussion, every military order. Yes, sir. General Lee, bring all military forces to full readiness. Not for attack, but for defense. If they come for us, we will be ready. Understood. Dr. Park, prepare a diplomatic package. Everything we have achieved. Every wonder we have built. Every alliance we have made. When the time comes, we will show the galaxy what exiled humans can accomplish. It will be ready. Hana, Engineer Hana, speed up those defensive upgrades. I have a feeling we will need them sooner than we hoped. Already working on it, sir. Do-hyun took one last look at the bustling space around Terra Station, ships from dozens of worlds, people of many species working together, children playing, in gardens that floated among the stars. This was what humanity had built in exile. Not just colonies or technology, but hope. Hope that the galaxy could be better than it was. Hope that different peoples could live together in peace. Hope that the future would be brighter than the past. Soon that hope would be tested. The council wanted us gone, Do-hyun said quietly. They got their wish. We are gone from their space, but we are not gone from the galaxy. And now they are about to learn what that means. Outside the window, a new ship approached the station. It flew the flag of the Terran Confederation, a blue circle representing Earth, surrounded by stars, representing all the worlds where humans now lived. The exile was ending. The real story was about to begin. The Galactic Council chamber had not seen such chaos in 1,000 years. High Speaker Veltar stood at his podium, trying to control 12 arguing alien voices. His silver skin had lost its shine. His calm had cracked like old glass. Order, he shouted. We must have order. But there was no order. The Kruleks were clicking angrily about human deception. The Delphons were making worried bubble sounds. The red-scaled Parathi were demanding immediate war. Everyone talked. Nobody listened. The cause of their panic sat in a data crystal at the center of the chamber. Inside that crystal were pictures, videos, and reports from the human mining station. Pictures of technology that should not exist. Videos of ships that moved faster than light itself. Reports of colonies that thrived on worlds the council called impossible to settle. Impossible, muttered Speaker Kraz of the Kruleks. We watched them leave. We counted their ships. They went back to their little yellow star and stayed there. Apparently not, said Glub Glub of the Delphins. Her water-like body rippled with worry. The evidence is clear. Humans have been busy for 20 years. High Speaker Veltar called for quiet again. This time, the other aliens listened. Fear made them obedient. The situation is serious, Veltar said. Our scouts have found evidence of human activity in 17 star systems beyond the galactic rim. These are not small outposts. These are full colonies with millions of people. A new voice joined the discussion. Actually, it is worse than that. All eyes turned to the chamber entrance. A human had just walked in. He wore a simple black uniform with no weapons. His name was Ambassador Insu Park, though no council member knew it yet. Who dares enter this sacred chamber? Veltar demanded. I am Ambassador Insu Park representing the Terran Confederation, the human replied calmly. I come with a message from first speaker Do-hyun Kim. The aliens stared. A human. Here. In their most secret place. It was impossible. Security systems should have stopped him. Guards should have arrested him. But Ambassador Park stood there as if he owned the place. How did you get past our defenses? Asked a purple alien with tentacles for arms. Ambassador, Park smiled. The same way our ships got past your patrols for 20 years. We are better at hiding than you are at finding. Speaker Kroz's insect legs scratched the floor in anger. Arrest this creature. Throw him in prison. I would not recommend that, Ambassador Park said mildly. You see, I did not come alone. He touched a device on his wrist. Suddenly, the chamber's window showed something that made every alien gasp. Outside, hanging in space around the council station were 50 human ships. They had appeared from nowhere, like ghosts becoming solid. Impossible, whispered Veltar. Our sensors detected nothing. Your sensors are looking for yesterday's technology, Ambassador Park explained. We build tomorrow's ships. The largest human vessel was beautiful and terrible at the same time. It looked like a metal flower with weapons for petals. Energy danced along its hull in patterns that hurt alien eyes to watch. That is the humanity's dawn, Ambassador Park said proudly. Admiral Su Jin Han commands her. She carries enough firepower to crack a moon. But she also carries something more important. What? Veltar asked, though he was afraid to hear the answer. Hope. Ambassador Park walked to the center of the chamber. The crystal containing evidence of human colonies rose from the floor. He touched it, and new images appeared in the air around them. This is New Seoul, he said as pictures showed a city floating on an alien ocean. 2 million people live there in perfect harmony with the local sea life. The images changed. This is New Busan, built inside a mountain on a world with acid rain. The people there have learned to mine rare crystals while protecting the native rock creatures. More images. Cities in the clouds. Farms on desert worlds. Forests growing on dead planets. Each picture showed humans and aliens working together, building wonders. This is New Mokpo, where your scouts found us, Ambassador Park continued. The mining station produces more rare metals in a month than most council worlds produce in a year, and we give half of it away. Give it away? Glub Glub asked in surprise. To the Wanderer clans. To the synthetic refugees. To anyone who needs. And we have learned that wealth shared is wealth multiplied. Finally, High Speaker Veltar found his voice. What do you want? Readmission to the Galactic Council, Ambassador Park replied. As equals, not supplicants. The chamber exploded with alien voices again. Some shouted about human arrogance. Others worried about human technology. A few wondered if they had made a mistake 20 years ago. You were exiled, Speaker Kroz clicked, furiously. Criminals do not get second chances. We were exiled for being different, Ambassador Park corrected. For growing too fast, for asking too many questions, for building new things. But look what our differences have accomplished. He gestured to the windows where the human fleet waited. We could have used our advantages to conquer council space. We could have taken revenge for the exile. We could have shown you the same mercy you showed us. Why did you not? Asked a council member with crystal skin. Because we are better than that, Ambassador Park said simply. Because we believe the galaxy is big enough for everyone. Because we choose cooperation over domination. Dr. Youngwoo Shin's voice came over the communication system. He was still on the human flagship, analyzing council responses in real time. Ambassador, he said, I am detecting weapons charging on 17 council ships. It seems some of our hosts are not interested in cooperation. Ambassador Park nodded sadly. I had hoped for better. But humans always prepare for the worst while hoping for the best. You dare threaten us, roared a red-scaled Parathi. We have thousands of ships. We have controlled this galaxy for 3 millennia. And what has that control accomplished? Ambassador Park asked. The Krulek's homeworlds are in civil war. The Delphin people are dying from disease. The Vithani cannot have children. Your great civilization is falling apart. Lies, shouted Speaker Cross. Are they? Ambassador Park touched his wrist device again. New images appeared. These showed the problems he had mentioned. Krulek soldiers fighting Krulek soldiers. Delphin, hospitals full of the sick and dying. Empty Vithani nurseries. We know because we care, Ambassador Park explained. Our medical teams have developed cures for the Delphin plague. Our counselors have helped negotiate peace between Krulek's factions. Our scientists have solved the Vithani fertility problem. Paused. All we ask is the chance to help officially instead of in secret. High Speaker Veltar was quiet for a long moment. When he spoke, his voice was tired. The council will discuss your request. But many of us remember why you were exiled. Many fear that your return will bring chaos. Then let us prove otherwise, Ambassador Park replied. Give us one chance. One demonstration that human membership benefits everyone. What kind of demonstration? Before Ambassador Park could answer, alarms began sounding throughout the station. Emergency lights flashed. Automated voices announced incoming ships. What is happening? Veltar demanded. Captain Mikyung-oh's voice came over the communication system. Ambassador, we have a situation. A Krulek's battle fleet is approaching the station. They appear to be upset about our presence here. Through the windows, everyone could see the approaching ships, 50 Krulek's vessels, their hulls bristling with weapons. They moved in attack formation. So much for peaceful negotiation, Ambassador Park said quietly. The lead Krulek ship opened communications. The face of General Tekvar appeared on screens throughout the chamber. His insect features were twisted with rage. Humans, he clicked loudly. You dare show your faces in civilized space? You dare threaten the council with your presence? This ends now. General Tekvar, High Speaker Veltar said, stand down immediately. These humans are here under diplomatic protection. Diplomatic protection for criminals? General Tekvar laughed, a harsh sound like breaking glass. I think not. All ships, prepare to fire. Ambassador Park touched his wrist device one more time. Admiral Han, it seems diplomacy has failed. Understood, Ambassador. All ships, defensive positions, remember, we are not here to start a war. Just to finish one if necessary, came the reply. The human ships moved like dancers, taking positions around the council station. Their movements were smooth and perfect, no wasted motion, no hesitation. The Krulek's fleet opened fire first. Beams of energy and missiles flew toward the human vessels. None of them hit. The human ships seemed to know where every shot would be, before it was fired. They moved just enough to avoid damage, no more, no less. It looked effortless. Then the humans returned fire. But instead of destruction, they brought something unprecedented. Capture. Blue energy beams reached out from human ships and wrapped around Krulek's vessels like gentle hands. The alien ships found themselves unable to move, unable to fire, but completely undamaged. Impossible, General Tekvar shouted. No weapon works like that. It is not a weapon, Admiral Han's voice replied calmly. It is a tool. We could have destroyed your ships in seconds. Instead, we choose to protect them from their own aggression. One by one, the entire Krulek's battle fleet was captured and held harmless. Their crews were alive and unhurt, but their ships were as helpless as insects in amber. Ambassador Park turned to the stunned council members. 3 months after the standoff at the council station, the galaxy had changed forever. Fleet Admiral Dongwoo Kim stood on the bridge of the Terran Unity, watching the most important battle in human history unfold on his screens. It was not going as the council had planned. A report, he said calmly to his officers. The attack on New Busan has been completely repelled, reported Captain Sejin Ryu. General Borayun's forces not only stopped the invasion but captured the entire council fleet. All enemy personnel are alive and unharmed. Admiral Kim nodded. The council's desperate attack on the human colony world had been their greatest mistake. They thought a quick, brutal strike would break human morale and force surrender. Instead, it had shown the galaxy exactly what humanity had become. "What about the other fronts?" he asked. "Operation Homecoming is proceeding perfectly," replied Commander Jae-Sung Park. "Our liberation fleets have reached 17 Council worlds. In every case, the local populations are welcoming us as heroes, not conquerors." This was the most surprising development. When human fleets appeared over Andir Council worlds, they expected resistance. Instead, they found celebrations. Oppressed species who had suffered under Council rule saw humanity as their salvation. President Hae-Jin Lee's face appeared on the main screen. She was broadcasting from the new capital at New Terra Station, addressing the entire galaxy. "People of all worlds," she said, her voice carrying to billions of beings. "Today marks the birth of a new age, the age of the Galactic Commonwealth, where every species has a voice, every world has a future, and every being has hope." Admiral Kim smiled. President Lee had been elected by representatives from over 200 worlds, human colonies, alien, refugee settlements, and council worlds that had voted to join the Commonwealth. "Sir," said Captain Ryu, "we are receiving surrender requests from 12 more council fleets. They say they do not want to fight against people who are trying to help them." This was the strangest war in galactic history. Most battles ended not with destruction, but with captured council forces asking to join the human side. When council soldiers saw human medical teams healing their wounded, human engineers repairing their ships, and human diplomats treating them with respect, many decided they were fighting for the wrong cause. Dr. Woo Jin Choi's voice came over the communication system. "Admiral, the new capture beam technology is working beyond our expectations. We have taken over 300 council ships without a single casualty on either side." The capture beams were Dr. Choi's greatest invention. Instead of destroying enemy vessels, they wrapped them in energy fields that stopped all weapons and engines while keeping life support perfect. Crews found themselves prisoners, but comfortable, well-fed prisoners who were offered jobs in the Commonwealth fleet. "What about the synthetic rebellion?" Admiral Kim asked. "Complete success," reported Commander Park. "All synthetic worlds have declared independence from the Council and joined the Commonwealth. They are sharing their computational technology with our AI systems. The result is..." He paused, searching for words. "The result is magic," Dr. Choi finished. "Our ships can now think faster than any Council computer. Our strategies adapt in real time. Our logistics systems can supply fleets across the galaxy instantly." Admiral Kim looked at the tactical display. Red dots showed remaining Council forces. Blue dots showed Commonwealth fleets. But there were also green dots, neutral worlds that were choosing sides. More and more green dots were turning blue every hour. "Sir," Captain Ryu announced. "Incoming message from High Speaker Veltar. He is requesting negotiation." Admiral Kim was not surprised. The Council's position had become hopeless. Half their member species had already joined the Commonwealth. Their fleets were being captured faster than they could build new ones. Their rigid command structure could not adapt to human tactics. "Put him through!" Veltar's silver face appeared on screen. He looked older, sadder, more tired than ever before. "Admiral Kim," he said formally, "I speak for what remains of the Galactic Council. We request terms for ending this conflict." "There is no conflict to end," Admiral Kim replied gently. "There is only the birth of something better. But we welcome all beings who choose to build the future instead of clinging to the past." "You have won," Veltar said bitterly. "Your superior technology, your impossible strategies, your ability to turn our own people against us. What do you want from us?" Admiral Kim considered his words carefully. "We want you to be free." "Free?" "Free from the burden of ruling a galaxy you do not understand. Free from the fear of change. Free to discover what your people can become when they are not bound by ancient traditions." Veltar was quiet for a long moment. "And if we refuse, then you will sit alone in your crystal chamber ruling empty space while the rest of the galaxy moves forward without you," Admiral Kim said sadly. "But that is not what we want. We want you to join us." President Lee's broadcast continued. In the background, the Commonwealth offers every being the chance to contribute their unique gifts to our shared future. Krulek's military expertise will help us explore dangerous regions of space. Delphin artistic vision will make our cities beautiful. Vaithani wisdom will guide our scientific research. You speak as if the exile never happened, Veltar said. The exile made us stronger, Admiral Kim replied. It taught us to work together, to be creative, to never give up. In trying to destroy us, you created exactly what the galaxy needed. Commander Do-hyun Kim's aged face joined the conversation. From New Terra Station. He was old now, but his eyes still burned with determination. Old friend, he said to Veltar, 20 years ago you told Dr. Park that human dreams could become nightmares. You were right. But whose nightmare did we become? Veltar's silver skin seemed to dim. We feared you would bring chaos. And we did, Do-hyun agreed. We brought the chaos of growth to a galaxy stuck in stagnation, the chaos of hope to peoples living in despair, the chaos of change to systems that had not evolved in centuries. But now, President Lee's voice added, we offer order within chaos, unity within diversity, strength through cooperation instead of control through fear. General Bo Ra-yoon reported from New Busan. First speaker, the captured council forces are asking to remain on our worlds. They say they have never seen anything like our cities where different species live and work together as equals. This was perhaps the most telling evidence of humanity's success. People who came to conquer stayed to contribute. Council soldiers became Commonwealth citizens. Enemy fleets became allied forces. Dr. Woojin Choi had more news. We have established quantum communication links with over 400 worlds. For the first time in galactic history, every inhabited planet can talk to every other inhabited planet instantly. Admiral Kim turned back to Veltar. High Speaker, your people are welcome in the Commonwealth. Your experience, your knowledge, your perspective, all are valuable. But you must choose freely. We will not force membership on anyone. Veltar looked around his empty chamber. Most of the other council members had already left to negotiate with Commonwealth representatives. Only he remained, clinging to the old ways. What guarantees do we have? He asked. How do we know humans will not become the new oppressors? President, Lee answered from New Terra Station. Because we have built something better than empire. We have built community. No single species rules the Commonwealth, and if it fails, Do-hyun smiled sadly. Then we will try something else. That is what humans do. We adapt. We learn. We grow. And now, so can everyone else. The conversation was interrupted by celebrations from across the galaxy. On Krulek's worlds, insect people danced in the streets as human doctors cured their civil wars with medicine and mediation. On Delphin worlds, water beings sang songs of joy as human engineers cleaned their poisoned oceans. On Vaithani worlds, energy beings flickered with happiness as human scientists solved their fertility problems. Admiral, Captain Ryu reported, we are receiving applications for Commonwealth membership from over 50 new species. Many of them are from beyond the galactic rim, peoples we never knew existed. The Commonwealth was growing beyond anyone's wildest dreams. Not through conquest, but through attraction. Word spread that there was a place in the galaxy where different beings could live together, work together, and build wonders together. Fleet Admiral Dong-woo Kim looked out at the stars through the bridge windows. Somewhere out there, human children were playing with alien friends under foreign suns. Human engineers were learning from alien craftsmen. Human artists were creating beauty with alien partners. 20 years ago, humanity had been exiled from the galaxy as dangerous outcasts. Now they were the galaxy's hope for the future. High Speaker Veltar, Admiral Kim said gently. What is your decision? Veltar was quiet for a long time. When he finally spoke, his voice was very soft. I would like to visit New Terra Station, to see this Commonwealth you have built, to understand how you made the impossible possible. You are welcome any time, President Lee replied. All beings are welcome in the Commonwealth. As Veltar's image faded, Admiral Kim reflected on the journey from exile to empire. But it was not really an empire in the old sense. It was something new, something better. Commander Do-hyun Kim had the final word. From his HFY